everybody, I'm Sunny and you're watching Sunny Preps, and today I just have a few minutes before I run off to a meeting, but I need to get some stuff done around here. I need to get some food stored, and I want to check out a new toy that I got. It is my goal to have as many things as I can to have a backup that does not require electricity or gas or any kind of external power. So I got my jar sealers from my food saver, and I'm going to use them with a brake bleeder that you pump by hand, and that is supposed to seal these jars, and it seals dry things that don't need to be pressure canned or even water bath canned. But if you want to keep the oxygen out, you can put them in a jar and seal them in the jar. And I think this is appropriate for some things, especially if you might want to open the jar, 5 years from now, you open the jar and you take out a little bit and use it, take out a little bit and use it. And since I'm frequently only cooking for one, maybe it will be two, then, I won't need a whole box of pasta or a whole jar if I put the pasta in a jar. So it'll be easy to take out some, and it'll still stay good even if I just screw it tight after that and don't have to reseal it. But if I have a brake bleeder, even if we don't have power, I can still reseal it if I want to. Now, when I was using my food saver, I learned there are a few rules. First of all, you still need to leave some headspace. If it's big things like beans, which is what I'm going to be doing first, then just enough for the lid to sink down in good. That would be fine. I overfilled a jar of pistachios and it wouldn't seal. Even though it was definitely on there, it wasn't enough room for the lid to suck down in. So I had to take a few out and do it again. And if you're doing anything powdery like potato flakes or breadcrumbs or anything like that that can be pulled up and moved from the vacuum pressure, if you just leave, maybe an inch of headspace, you're gonna thank yourself, because I have a bunch of things that I need to try to reseal because the dust of the food, the flakes or the powder or the crumbs, were just too close and they got sucked into the seal and maybe even into the tube of my food sealer, because I've been having trouble with it lately. So hopefully this is a good alternative. Okay, the lighting in here is a little suspect, and ignore the caulk back here. That was for a rental property. All right, I'm going to just use some beans. I haven't put these in the freezer at all, and some people do that. And I'll be honest with you, I don't eat that many beans, but I like them just fine. So if I'm hungry and we're in an emergency situation, I have no problem eating beans, or maybe I'll even start eating them more now that I have more time to cook. But the shadow in here is really bad. I'm going to put this in a jar and then vacuum seal it, so it will be deprived of oxygen. So I feel like if there's any larvae in there, it's going to die anyway, so I don't need to put it in the fridge or the freezer. I'm sure some people disagree with that. Okay, and this is what I was talking about with the headspace. I'm actually going to just take a little bit of that out. Now this is a wide mouth jar, so I have wide mouth lids. Use the wide mouth food saver. Sort of snap it down on there like that. And here is my brake bleeder. Okay, so this kit, as you can see, came with several different hoses and they all look like they're the same diameter to me. These two are just short, and then there were two long ones. I don't know what that is, so, but if I ever need to fix my brakes, I guess I can figure that out. And it came with different little nozzles and parts. So the tube on my vacuum cleaner is not removable. It's on a spring loaded, so it wraps back up inside the instrument, so I can't just take it off. So I played around with this for a little bit. Put the lid on, put the vacuum sealer on, the jar sealer, and I just used this. It's kind of hard plastic, and I was afraid it wouldn't form a seal, but I guess it's got just enough softness that it did go ahead and form a seal. I push it down into there, and I pumped this up to just about 20 inches of mercury. Maybe not quite that much. And my arm gets tired because I'm just pumping with one hand. Okay, that's more like 17 or 18. And then take that off real quick, which it just pulls out of there as soon as you stop holding on to it. And then just lift this straight up. And that's on there nice and tight. As a matter of fact, when I was testing it, I almost couldn't get it off. So let's see how hard I have to work at it pretty hard. Did you hear that? So that had a nice good vacuum seal on this at about 17 or 18 inches of mercury, which is about 450 millimeters of mercury. So I'm going to reseal this, and we'll do it with a couple smaller jars. This will strengthen your grip if you're needing to work on your grip. Perfect. I just put the lids on so I know where my lids are. And that'll help me reseal it if I ever have to open it and use a few beans and just want to close it back up. Alright, this time I'm going to use the pasta. This is the orzo shape of pasta, but it is pasta. I like this because when you're storing it in a jar, there is very little wasted space here. Spaghetti or curlicues or macaroni or anything like that, you're going to have a lot of wasted space. So I can get more weight in a smaller space with this, and it's still pasta for whatever I want to eat later if I ever start eating pasta again, because right now I'm on keto. Now, you can see this lid has been used before and it had a sticker on it. For this dry canning, I don't hesitate at all to reuse lids. Let's see if I can switch arms and get an even workout. A little harder with the left hand. Okay, I got it. There you go. I try to just bring it straight up. I'm always worried I'm going to pull the seal, but it's sealed really tight. If anybody knows if there is a recommended pressure at which things should be dry canned, let me know. All I know is those lids are not squishy. This one hasn't been done yet. I probably won't leave the pasta in this little jar like this, but just for demonstration, it's still a small or just a regular size, but I'll do it anyway. Oh, that was a lot easier to get to a high pressure. I guess just because it's small. Yep, done. I think this kit was about $27. You could probably find a less expensive kit that doesn't have all these different things in it, which I don't even know what they are. I saw one in AutoZone that was $45. I don't know what bells and whistles it had, but I didn't need them, so I didn't get it. But this, I like this, that it's nice there in the case and it's going to stay clean as long as it doesn't get used for breaks. And if you have a food saver, then you can, see if your tube is removable with the food saver, and you can use that because it'll definitely fit in these little holes. So there's just a little hole in the top that I'm fitting that in. Now I looked online real quick, and without searching for price, I found that you could get this wide mouth jar sealer, food saver brand, for $13.15 on Amazon. This one, the regular mouth food saver brand jar sealer, you could get for $9.69. Now, if you order the two of them together with a tube kit, then you could get it for $24.75. And like I said, that's not searching for the best price. That's just the first one I could find because, like I said, I got to head out the door here in a second to go to my meeting. So I think it's worth it. Let me know what you think. Do you guys do this? Have you used the brake bleeder, or do you use your food saver? You can also dry can in an oven. If you put them in a put them in an oven and then heat it up and let it get to temperature, and then just leave the lids on as they cool, it will form a seal. I have not tried that personally, but it does work. I think this was a success. Yay. Well, I call that a success, and when it works out good like this, I'm happy. I'll be testing more things in the future that are replacements for electrical tools or electrical appliances to see how well they work. But those things take time, so it'll be a while. Just every once in a while, one of those will come out. Now more than ever, we need to have food on site to feed our families. The supply lines are seriously being threatened, but they're fragile. No matter what comes down the pike, anything can knock our supply lines or our energy grid offline. And it's important to be able to take care of your family. So keep prepping, and while you're doing it, smile, because a rainy day is no match for a sunny disposition. Bye guys, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. See ya.